So this is the IKIGAI Farmhouse. Let's go. Ikigai is a Japanese term that I really love. It's actually two words. Iki meaning life or alive, and gai meaning your sense of purpose. So combined together, it translates to what gives meaning to your life. And I'm very blessed to be in this industry that, it allows me to do two things that I love, which is food and design. The inspiration for this space, the rest of the farm, the design is very colorful because we wanted to make a statement that will delight our guests. But for the farmhouse, I wanted it to be more Zen-like, clean lines, organic tones, because I wanted to create that delineation between Mrs. Saldos, the business, and the IKIGAI Farmhouse, which is my place of calm. So the distinction is very, very clear as soon as you enter through the doors. It's all about the textures, not necessarily the colors. I used stones. This is also real wood. I opted to go for real wood. It's African wenge. I just gave Silva, very young and talented couple. They're the ones who did the cabinets. I just gave them a design that I wanted, and I think they executed it very well. I also wanted to hide, so it's seamless. I wanted to hide the fridge and also the freezer and the dishwasher. So when you enter and when you look at it, it's just so seamless. It's clean. I couldn't find curtain steel in the Philippines. I have a very talented metal guy, and his name is Harbiang Santo. So what he did was he built the door. It's stainless steel. And then we used acid to oxidize it. And it took about 2 weeks to finally get to this texture and this color. And then to stop the process, we put a matte sealant on top of it. So you can actually feel when you run through your hands on top of it, there's texture. It's just not one layer. It's not monotonous. You can actually feel, the bumps and the creases here and there, which I absolutely love. The intention for this house was for me and my family. I wanted to have a space wherein I can just escape to and relax, especially during a busy dinner service or in between services. But, a lot of people, when they see the space, they love it. So I said, why not open it up for other people to experience this feeling of peace and calm. What I love about this door, you can totally hide it. And then the main bedroom flows into the office. Even in our house, I'm such a big fan of open spaces. There's no division between the kitchen or the living room. It just creates a bigger space. I don't know, it's just so welcoming that way when you don't see any walls. And going back to textures, right? This is just really concrete, blasted concrete. And just to tie everything together, I went for organic tones and colors. Same thing with the tub. And I wanted, for me, the toilet, sometimes it's overlooked, to be honest. So I wanted all the toilets to be spacious. It doesn't have to be grand, but it has to be done well. Because this is where we, for me, it's just very relaxing. It's where I relax, I contemplate. That's why it's given that much needed attention. Going back to going for organic and textures, I did away with the tiles. I wanted the floor to just be polished concrete. And it's really amazing what happened after. Because you see, obviously the cement being poured in and all the stones that come into it. But once you actually make it flat, you polish it, it It's a completely different floor. I love it. It's so organic. Everything's so disorganized, but not really in terms of the stones as part of the floor. This is the pool area. I built this because I wanted to entice my family, stay here with me during the weekends. This is the Cafe Bistro. It's a 2-story structure. The design is inspired by our stay in Napa. We used to frequent San Francisco for dinners or lunches or brunches, and I love the restaurant's designs there. It's very masculine, it's unfinished, it's industrial. So you'll see a lot of those influences in this bistro, in this cafe. And compared to the private dining room, it's more casual. Private dining room, we do a lot of prefix menus, whereas here, we do a lot of our a la carte dishes. I'm always asked, what is Mrs. Saldo's food? Very similar to its surroundings. It's a combination of different cuisines and cultures. It's French Californian with Asian flavors because one, I'm actually French classically trained, and we live in California. The concept of using ingredients at their prime, that's very important. You don't need to do a lot to the dish because it's just, it just shines on its own. And Asian because I'm from Asia and I studied in Bangkok, and I also got my raw vegan certification in Ubud. So those flavors of Asia will always come into play. Thank you for coming to Mrs. Saldo's. And by the way, we're open from Thursday to Sunday. We'd love to host you for lunch or dinner. So now it's time for me to go back to the kitchen. Bye.